Hello, anyone out there? Um, this is JJ Middleway with Sovereign Earth number 25. And this week I'm looking at truth, aspects of truth. So Sovereign Earth 25, and we're looking at truth. I can see a couple of people have joined, which is reassuring and lovely and makes it all worthwhile, even if there's only one of you out there. But the more the merrier. But the truth is this work is valuable as it is. Welcome Liz Harris in Scotland. And John King, different sides of Scotland, but beautiful to know you're there. And the name I can never pronounce, Registiska Druid. Yeah, lovely. You know who you are. And Mark Taft, beautiful. And several more. Melanie from California. Carol from Stroud, Carol Matthews. Yeah, very lovely. Liz Harris in Fife. And love from Ridgewsida, yeah. And John in the west of Scotland with Lynn. And Jeno in love from Tuscany. Jeno in love from Tuscany. That'll do. There's others there too, but that's a beautiful gathering already. The global grove, as I call it. So there's a Druid saying, truth against the world. And if ever there was a time when we needed truth against the world, it's now. But it's always been of value, and it's an ancient saying. And we're going to look at it. We're going to look at that. What's that about? What is truth? What does it mean? Truth against the world. But I love song, and that's the truth. So here's a song to start with. Lydia from Kent, and is Linda Damas from Portugal. Welcome in. It's a lovely song, this. New one, you won't have heard this. And another new one to finish with at the end. I'm a wave, my darling. I arise, I'm done. All love to the deep within me. All love to whoever may come. I'm a wave, my darling. I arise, I'm done. All love to the deep within me. All love to whoever may come. All love to whoever may come. All of you for a start. I love song, and it gives an extra dimension for me to these broadcasts. So I came across a definition of soothsayer in a dictionary recently, modern dictionary, and it said, soothsayer, noun, obsolete, a person who tells the truth, a truthful person. Isn't that amazing? Yes, I just had to smile. A soothsayer, noun, obsolete. So they're referring to the word being obsolete, although I don't believe it should be, or nor is it in my vocabulary. Soothsayer, a person of truth. But in saying obsolete, they're nearer the truth than they realise, because truth is almost obsolete in our society. Well, not amongst individuals, but certainly at a global level, our leaders, the media, and denial of what's happening in our world. So they might have inadvertently put obsolete now, but it's like truth is residing in some corner of the world, hidden, and we have to go and find it. But of course, as we'll see, it's in our hearts. Now, the origin of the word truth intrigues me, and I think there's a beautiful aspect to this. For me, at least, this is my take on it, from what I've gleaned and putting bits together. So, the word true, taru in Sanskrit, it's a Sanskrit word, taru, true, is also where we get dru in Druid. The wid bit is wisdom, the true is Druid. Truid, as I come to call it in this broadcast. And it's also the root of tree. So tree and truth and truid, true, it runs throughout. So isn't that beautiful? This ancient word which links trees and truth and druids as tree truth people. That's a wonderful vision or picture for me. And I mean, it all rings true because ancient There are stories of really important things being sealed and signed, not signed, sealed under a tree. Although the Magna Carta was signed under an ancient yew tree at Runnymede. The tree is still there. And we talk about steadfast as an oak. And important things were marked under trees. So, but there's a fascinating... there's a story. It's suggested that the concept of truth changed around, in the Middle Ages, around 1250 to 1300, around the time of Henry II. Truth had always been an ethical, something that was sealed under a tree. An oath was made, like in Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. His word is his bond. I love also that in truth and is in the word betrothal. When we marry, we speak a truth from the heart. Betrothed, be truth in love and marriage. So, but in that time, in the Middle Ages, it changed from being an ethical, oath-based truth to one that had to be written, a political truth, a written law. And I think it's what leads us to say the law's an ass, because once things are written down, you can't fix truth in that way, although in one way it's fixed. But once it becomes political and a law tool, the truth is corrupted, perhaps. I suspect it is. That's my sense. Whereas when it was trusted from the heart under an oak and could be true, it meant more. Now, I just want to... The Arwen is familiar to some of us. I've talked... Can you see this? Hang on. So here's the Arwen. I hope you can see that. And I talked last week about inspiration and the flowing spirit, and that the Arwen is a powerful symbol. Well, lo and behold, there's many ways of interpreting the Arwen. You can have land, sky, sea. You can have body, mind, spirit, love, wisdom, truth. But what I love in relation to what I'm talking about and what we're exploring together here today, is that the suggestion is you can't have truth without Arwen. So the Arwen of inspiration, the flowing spirit, the Arwen invokes truth. So there are three. It's then suggested you could read this as three aspects of truth: understanding of truth, love of truth, and the maintaining of truth. But the key part is, without Arwen, truth doesn't emerge. Truth is we're linked to this beautiful symbol and the world of spirit. For me, at least, I think there's something in that worth considering and exploring. So, without the pursuit, the endeavour, and the steadfast holding of truth, I think we live a half life. That would be my suggestion. Without that rock of solid integrity, authenticity, and truth, we live a half life, and the world suffers, and the world pales and falls into disarray, and that's what's happening. Lo and behold, truth has been pushed to the margins. So I suggest it's on all of us to invoke our truth. And how do we do that? Let's see. Well, one thing I've developed over the years is a simple mantra, which I developed and wrote and invoked and embody long time ago, many, many years, when I first started exploring Druidry. And it goes, I place myself in the eye of the sun for the greater good, for the greater good. In the eye of the sun, I place myself. For the greater good, I place myself. I place myself in the eye of the sun for the greater good, in the eye of the sun. It goes on, and you start the next three with the one you ended with, but that doesn't matter. It's a simple thing, but for me, it's an affirmation of my truth in relation to Druidry and the sun. So there's a lovely saying. This is a line from there's a group I work with, and the courage of your heart and the knowing of your truth together birth the beauty of your being. It's what the world needs most right now. The courage of your heart and the knowing of your truth together birth the beauty of your being. How true is that? So here's a song that connects me with truth. You can make your own interpretation, or you can join in if you wish. I love you so, 'cause you help me see. To see you in all is to see you in me, 'cause I'm in you and you are in me, 'cause I'm in you and you are in me. I am one now, I am one with thee, one with the clouds and the wind in the trees. I am one now, I am one with thee, one for all of eternity. For I'm in you and you are in me. For I'm in you and you are in me. So, just dwelling in the space that the truth of that song and the beauty of it carves out a space within me. And I like just savouring it for a moment. So, yeah, I'm in you and you're in me. It's true for truth, I think, as well. George Orwell, he said this: in a time of deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. In a time of deceit, and we're in one, I think, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. So in ancient Greece, the very concept of truth was about unconcealment, bringing out that which was hidden, bringing out that which was hidden into the open. So truth is unconcealing, revealing. And in India, this is fascinating for me. This links in with Druidry as truth against the world. Satya is the Sanskrit word for truth, and it refers to the virtue of being truthful in thoughts, actions, and speech. So Satya is Sanskrit for truth, the virtue of embodying truth, not just through speech, but actions and thoughts and deeds. Now, here's the great bit, which I love. Well, just before I get to that, in Hinduism, the whole truth is defined as that which is unchangeable, which can't be distorted. And there are paradoxes in truth, but there's some truth in that it can't be distorted. The truth rings true. Now, the national motto of India, I didn't know this, it's Satyameva Jayate, which means truth alone wins. How similar is that to truth against the world? Truth alone wins. National motto of India. When have they espoused that? Do the leaders live that truth? There's also Satyam Muktaya. Truth liberates. Truth liberates. Truth alone wins. And yet how many leaders embody truth? Fascinating, isn't it? India. Here's a tune. These words are mine, but the tune you might recognise. But every word spoken clear by the woman of truth and by the man of truth goes to feed the world tree root, taking us right back to source, taking us back to our source. Every word spoken clear by the woman of truth and by the man of truth goes to feed the world tree roots, taking us right back to source, taking us back to our source, taking us back to our source. Now, I can't sing as well as you can. And you can pick up all these songs and develop them and share them. And many of these songs are better when you repeat them over 5 or 10 minutes together in a group, which is what I do also. And magical, that's true. And they're healing, that's true. Great medicine. So some truths about truth. Let's just ponder a few snippets. Mark Twain, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. I like that. If you tell the truth, you never have to remember anything. That's good. And then J.K. Rowling in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, she says, Dumbledore says, the truth, Dumbledore sighed, it is a beautiful and terrible thing and should therefore be treated with great caution. Yeah, it's interesting to ponder that the truth is a beautiful and a terrible thing and needs to be treated with caution. Now, the poet Emily Dickinson, an American poet from, 100 years back or more, she said much the same in a poem. She said, tell all the truth, but tell it slant. Success in circuit lies. The truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. So what she's suggesting is truth is so powerful it can dazzle and blind. It can, Billy Wilder, there's this quote from him that sums it up more succinctly. He says, if you're going to tell people the truth, be funny or they'll kill you. Interesting that, isn't it? If you're going to tell people the truth, be funny or they'll kill you. There's truth in that. It's crazy, but it's true. Oscar Wilde. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. Mark Twain again. A lie can travel halfway round the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes. Now he wrote that way before social media. And even then a lie could get halfway around the world before truth could get its shoes on. How much is still true? That's so true, isn't it? Truth is more ponderous. Lie has wings. Another interesting quote to do with truth and with truth in it. Joe Class, this one. The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. And that's very true, isn't it? The truth hurts is another way of saying that. And this is a very powerful one. And so we're coming towards the end, but in a room where people unanimously maintain a conspiracy of silence, one word of truth sounds like a pistol shot. That's from Czeslaw Milosz. But Alexander Solzhenitsyn affirmed that the simple step of a courageous individual is not to take part in the lie. One word of truth outweighs the world. I think there he has it again. The truth against the world. The Druid saying the truth against the world. One word of truth outweighs the world. And Goethe, first and last, what's demanded of genius is love of truth. So he suggests the heart of genius is the love of truth. So truth goes to the heart of everything. It's so fundamental to our well-being, of our personal well-being and that of the planet. And of course we have it in the Western mystery tradition. First know thyself, then to that self be true. So it takes at least half a lifetime to find out who you are. First know thyself, and then to that self be true. What a courageous act that is. Now this just a final poem and then a song to finish. So this poem is from someone called, it's not a poem actually, it's a reflection I think, from someone called Abhishektinanda, a French monk who went and lived in India. Truth cannot come from outside, nor from the interior work of the spirit. It simply bursts forth from the depths of the heart. It's the dawn of light. It's the glory of being in the depth of the heart. And the call right now is for us to move forward with our truth, to find personal truths, to share those truths with others from an authentic place, to craft our own, to speak our stories from the heart, to craft our stories and to merge them with others around us coming from the same place, to create a narrative that is for the collective and for the well-being of this planet. So if ever we're going to reclaim and honour the full majesty of sovereign earth, which is what all these programs are about, we have to put truth back centre stage, really celebrate the wonder and the power of truth. And it's truth against the world was the Druid saying, wasn't it, at the start? Truth against the world. I also was pondering, it could be trees against the world, trees against the world. And certainly by planting trees, that's one way forward. But trees against the world in another way, the wisdom of trees and the picture of the Ents in Lord of the Rings, the forest rising up and reaffirming the truth in our world and in our own hearts. So I'm going to finish with this song. It's another one you won't have heard, simple, but it's true. Actually, you can respond to this. I'll sing it, and then there's a gap, and you can repeat back. You'll get the hang of it. I'll encourage you. We'll just do this to finish. I allow, I surrender, I feel so grateful to receive. I allow, I surrender, I feel so grateful to receive. I allow, I surrender, I feel so grateful to receive. I allow, I surrender, I feel so grateful to receive. And this is all true. Join with me. I allow, I surrender, I feel so grateful to receive. Once more, I allow, I surrender, I feel so grateful to receive. And I do feel grateful to receive in this moment the beauty and the truth of your presence and my own with you. Lots of love, and see you next week with a bit of luck. Bye-bye.